Hi there, this is Steven with Astrology, and I was coming back today to do um, another daily update on what's going on in the stars in the sky. And I was thinking, um, I was kind of thinking about just kind of doing this as a moon forecast rather than a full out um, astrological forecast for all of the planets. Now I'll be talking about, I was thinking I would add in the other planets after I finish the moon if there's any changes to the signs or whatnot. And so I can kind of describe um, just what's updated and what's coming, in the next couple days so that I don't have to repeat myself too much and you don't get the same thing over and over again. Although, if you like that, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. So, let me get this fixed on me correctly. All right. So today, the moon is in the nakshatra of Kritika. Um, Now, Kritika is in both Aries and in Taurus. You can see Aries up here, Taurus over there. So Kritika kind of covers the very end of Aries and into about 10, well, into exactly 10 degrees of Taurus. And Kritika, as a sign, means the cutter. First of all, it translates to the cutter, or the purifier. And this is because it's ruled by the god Agni, or the deity Agni. And Agni is the deity of fire. That is the ancient Rig Veda deity of fire. So the ancient, I guess, Indian and that whole Indus River Valley civilization, their deity of fire. And Agni is that fire of purification, like the same fire that cooks our food, that purifies out all the bacteria and whatever is in there when we cook our meat or whatever, our vegetables. Agni is also the digestive fire. Once the food's inside of us, it's that ability to convert that energy, that fire or that food, into energy. Um, so there's a lot of energy in today's vibe, because the moon is actually, it shows how we feel and what we're connected to, and the moon moves through a sign in about 2.5 days. It moves through one of these nakshatras, and one per day. That's why I was kind of thinking I would just do a nakshatra update each day, because that's the thing that really moves to a different one. Anyways, so Agni, going back to that, the Kritika, the cutter, is also symbolized by a sword or a knife or scissors. And this is because that kind of fire that it's represented by is a very purifying, and it kind of cuts through all of the bullshit. So, excuse me. It's a very direct sign. It's a very kind of slightly aggressive, but also very soft at the same time. There's a tenderness behind the fire and the cutting nature of this energy, and it's to get to the truth. It's to purify things and really understand the essence of them. So there's a lot of digging that can be done on a day like today. There's a lot of practices that we can do that are around purification. It might be a good day to enjoy a really good meal, cooked meal. There's the it can lend itself to arguments again. Now Mars is getting really close to Rahu, as we've seen each day. You can see right up there. And Moon is now joining them, so it's kind of getting us more sensitized to that whole aggressive energy. So it kind of doubles down on that passion and aggression and that desire to destroy our weaknesses, or those that we perceive to be hurting us, or the ones that we love. So just be careful of overdoing it, of kind of getting a little too angry. That theme is still very strong, and it's going to continue for a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot going on with this fiery, passionate purification energy, and you can use that by, seeing anything that you want to cut out of your life, and now taking the time to do that. It might be more easy to go on a diet or something like that, or to commit to your spiritual practices, because that fire is also that kind of spiritual fire of truth and wisdom and righteousness, right action. Kritika is associated with the sun through the dasha system, or the kind of karmic life clock system, or in Vedic astrology and in Parashari astrology. And And what that shows is that this fire is more of kind of a righteous, honorable, powerful fire. So if we get angry, if we get mad at somebody, it's because they're doing the wrong thing, and we don't want that to be a part of the world. We don't want that to be a part of our society or where we live, whatever. So we may have a tendency to wage war or to get really angry or passionate in little bursts of energy towards um, with the with basically uh, well, let's just say these like bursts of energy are useful in that they can really cleanse us of a certain aspect of our lives and ourselves that we don't like, maybe some thoughts and thought patterns that are coming up again and again that we want to get rid of. We can meditate on having maybe imagining a flame, or actually lighting a candle or sitting in front of a fire, and just imagine kind of casting away our our unwanted thoughts, our unwanted behaviors, our tendencies, and any feelings that aren't serving us in our lives anymore, that we can really use to get rid of. The Agni is, let's see, I can have a little document here. I wrote a couple things down. Um, this might cause us to have a stronger appetite in general. Um, I said purification is a primary focus of this nakshatra, and what this purification does is it burns up any of our negativity. It gives us the strength to kind of attack that negativity and get rid of it, and the energy to cleanse ourselves of it. Um, let's see. There's kind of a direct and straightforward approach to today, to actions and to our vibe. So it could be useful to uh, either take advantage of that and do things that involve a nice forceful approach, or to kind of recognize that we don't always need that approach, especially in social situations, and to be aware of that and just kind of take it easy, and back our energy down a little bit, knowing that we might have a tendency to be a little more fiery today. Um, let's see. Yeah, this energy is can be a constructive energy or a destructive energy. So you really can use this to attack your enemies, to attack and usually that's the internal enemies. That's the part of us that we need to get purified, that we need to clean out and just kind of get more in alignment with our true nature, our higher self. And anything that's kind of dragging us down or making us feel heavy and not connected with our higher self is it's time to let it go, and it's a good time of month to really focus on that. Anything that kind of dulls us and brings us down. Now I'll just go into, yeah, this is kind of a spiritual warrior sign if you can't get that point from what I'm saying. So other than that, there's Moon is in Kritika in Taurus right now, and Taurus is the sign um, of our senses, and getting in touch with our feelings, getting in touch with kind of our sensory pleasures in a lot of ways, and building things or creating things that lead to a sense of pleasure or joy in ourselves and others, ideally. We Taurus is kind of the sign of the craftsman, as I've been saying, and so we might be more attracted to taking on our hobbies and our uh, any sort of activities that we're building, that we're using, that we're creating beauty with. An art project it's a fantastic time to do art in general, and it might be a good way to deal with any sort of anger or aggression, is to take it out on our painting, our canvas, whatever our expression of art is. Just because Venus is the ruler of Taurus, and so it's associated with that energy. And Venus is in Pisces, as you can see, up there. Yeah, there we go. Still getting used to this pointing thing because it's the opposite for me. But yeah, Venus is in Pisces, which is the most kind of creative, intuitive sign, and Venus is that planet of happiness, that planet of joy, and bringing a sense of pleasure into our lives and other people's lives. So we kind of are really connected to uh, other states of consciousness, escaping to be alone, being in isolation, and just getting in touch with our deep sense of creativity, whatever's meaningful to us on a spiritual level, from deep on the inside. So, and that usually expresses itself really well through art, or through spiritual studies and practices as well. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Try not to get too in touch with your anger today. Try and keep it kind of mellow if that is what's needed. I mean, obviously, sometimes we need to have difficult conversations, and today's actually a really good day to do it. So if you have one of those conversations at hand, then go ahead and deal with it. But at the same time, be tactful. Remember that with Rahu, there's a lot of confusion. That Ra, that north node of the moon, being close to Mars and the moon, is really going to bring in a sense of confusion and kind of an overactive mind, overactive, emotions. So just be aware that we can get a little carried away when this conjunction of Moon, Mars, and Rahu is all together. We get a little carried away with the anger and the aggression. So just be really sure about what battles you're picking, what fights you're picking. It's not about winning the battle; it's about winning the war. And the war is a spiritual war to purify, to evolve our spirits, to evolve our souls, and to, work through our karma. So that's what we're ultimately trying to do with this, and it's a great day for tapas if you know what that is. Tapas is like the burning purification of fire in general, but it's any activity like our yoga practice or anything really. You can feel it in your physical activities when you're kind of pushing yourself really hard without getting hurt or anything, without uh, injuring yourself or feeling any sort of sharp pain, but like that really strong kind of shakiness that allows us to get deep into our emotions when we're in the middle of a physical activity like yoga. We're holding a pose for a really long time, or going for a long run, or whatever we're doing to kind of purify our bodies and get stronger and healthier. So keep all that in mind. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you like this video, hit the like button, please. Spread the love. Help me to get a little bit of an audience, and then maybe we can get some back and forth. I'd love to get some discussions going during these things, answer questions you might have about charts and whatever you want to look at. I'm happy to kind of check things out. This is pretty open. I'm looking for just to figure out what kind of things people are interested in talking about with regards to Vedic astrology. And I think these moon forecasts are going to be pretty good. Hopefully you got a little bit out of that and you have a nice day. And just letting you know, this is for the reason it says March. I think it's I can't see the title right now, but it's March 18th and 19th is because I'm doing this in the afternoon, evening of the Western Hemisphere. So in the Eastern Hemisphere, in Australia, Asia, New Zealand, it's already the 19th. So that's why it's 1819, and that's kind of how it's going to progress. It's going to be 1920 tomorrow when it's the afternoon on the 19th, or evening in the 19th, where I am in the mountain time zone of the USA. So that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day and stay safe, purify, be strong. This is my birth nakshatra, so I'm particularly connected to this, and I'm feeling that fiery energy. I cleaned up my whole house today, so I hope, yeah, use it for cleaning or something productive. All right, take care, have a great day, peace and love.